Siphinde sikwamukele woza hlala phansi siqhubeke nohlelo lena iKids News. Kulempela sonto esibuya kuyona umhlaba wonke ububungaza iInternational Albinism Awareness Day nokungusuku phela ekuhloswe ngalo ukufundisa abantu kabanzi mayelana nabantu abanebala elimhlophe. Kulonyaka isiqubulo salolu suku besithi #strength beyond all odds. Uxoxisana nathi kabanzi mayelana nalolu daba sixhumana noZime uBontle Mavuka. Bontle, ngibingelele ngikwamukele kuKids News.
Ngiyabonga.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. And yourself?
I'm okay. All right, now, I'm sure uma ukhula sizingane siyagconana, izingane zibizana ngamagama esikhathini esiningi. Can you just briefly tell me about your childhood? Were you ever discriminated against because of your condition yakho or how you look?
Yes, I was discriminated a lot. But luckily enough, ngakhulele umndeni no supportive, you know, ugogo wami ngakhuliswa ugogo wami, and she bekahlala ngitshela njalo ukuthi irregardless of who says what, you're beautiful. She always told me ukuthi people are gonna call you names, bazokubiza ngeswefa, some are gonna call you inkawu, you know. So I got used to those concepts and it didn't really hurt me.
Yeah. And amagama kagogo ahleli impela because you grew up and then you became a model. I mean, you're on a journey right now of being a model. Can you just briefly tell me, Uguti, are there any challenges or dibana nawo in the industry, the modeling industry, because of how you look?
Yes, there's been quite a few challenges before I entered Miss and Miss Albinism. You know, we had a fashion show where we had to be in the sun for long, and the director beranga understand ukuthi I cannot be in the sun for a long period of time. Yeah, but so it was only those challenges about me being in the sun for too long.
Okay, you just spoke of Mr. and Miss Albinism South Africa. Just tell me a bit about the pageant.
Well, the pageant, it's the first ever in South Africa, and it focuses on they're gonna choose a winner according to who can do the most for people with albinism. You know, who can empower young kids and who can just spread awareness about the condition. Yeah.
Specifically, why did you decide to enter the pageant when?
You know, it was to build up my confidence, you know, and to prove everyone who told me that I couldn't do it wrong. And I also want younger girls to look at me and look at themselves and say, you know what, I can do this. If she did it, I can do it as well.
So do you think that hosting beauty pageants and having all these awareness days in Jewalebe over the weekend, do you think that's creating enough awareness in Pagatin about albinism?
I believe so, you know, because people get a better understanding of this condition, you know, where we have people explaining what the condition is. And it's better when we have people with the condition to explain it than having fully pigmented people to explain it, you know, where people get to ask questions and have a better understanding of it.
So when we are growing up as kids, siyabona abanye abantwana bahlukile abafani nathi. Ucabanga ukuthi mhlambe our parents iyiphi indima abangayidlala to make sure ukuthi izingane azicwasani amongst themselves?
You know, that's a very important question because ngifila ukuthi as umzali umntana kumele umtrain ukuthi you know what kuzoba nabantu abahlukile kunawe. There's going to be people in wheelchairs, people with light skin complexion, there's people with vitiligo, you know. So like train your child and let them know that there's people like this in the world, but you do not discriminate against them because they're human just like you.
Now, there are many organizations out there like the Godfrey Mpatswe Foundation that are doing amazing work in advocating for abantu that are living with albinism. Do you think that probably the government is doing enough to create awareness on your behalf, guys, ukuthi South Africa yonke ifunde about albinism?
Honestly, I don't think so, you know. I think that it's always up to us as people who own our organization to raise awareness, but the government isn't doing much to let it be out there and let it be known about it, you know.
So let's talk about the big day again. We are going to crown Mr. and Miss Albinism South Africa. Izoba nini event and when is it going to take place?
The event will be on the 28th of August at Krugersdorp. 2021. It's going to start at 5 o'clock. It's the red carpet, and in 6 the show starts.
So if there's someone out there who wants to contact you guys, are you guys on social media? Banganthola kanjani?
Yes, on all social media platforms, you can search for Mr. and Miss Albinism South Africa, and you can check for the Godfrey Pathway Foundation. And then on the phone, you can contact us on 083-341-8402.
All right. Thank you so much, Bontle.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Siyabonga kakhulu kuBontle. Mbukeli, uma ngabe nawe uhleli lapho ekhaya, mhlawumbe uyacaswa ngendlela obukeka ngayo, bukela nansi i-video.
Looking back into my life and how my family raised me, I was so blessed to be raised in a family that believes so much in mental empowerment. And I think this is the way forward for most families who have children with albinism. I was taught to say no to a certain type of behavior. I was taught to speak my mind out, and I was taught to not tolerate a behavior that's making me to feel small. I believe that in South Africa, we need to introduce the concept of albinism at an earlier stage, especially in our primary schools, because that's where most of the perpetuated behavior of bullying starts. Let's empower young children from an early age and help them to be comfortable around people with different skin types, skin tones, or even different abilities.
Siyathemba nizwile, sithunyiwe sisaya ey'tolo, ningayindawo siyabuya.